Hi everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everybody, and thank you so much for taking out your time to attend the session from anywhere in the globe. So before we get started, let us quickly introduce each other. So I want someone from the room to quickly introduce themselves by stating your name, from which part of the globe you're attending the session. If you are from IT, how many years of experience? If you are from non-IT also, how many years of experience? So can you please quickly introduce yourself? The floor is open.
Yeah, hi, myself Vitrag Jain. I have total 11 years of experience.
Great.
Uh, yeah, and I'm working in as a manual as well as automation.
Okay. Chitranjan, right?
Vitrag.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Great. Next.
Hi, myself Arpit. I am from Jaipur, Rajasthan,
Great,
and
Arpit.
and I have total 5 years of experience working in manual testing. And so just I'm keen to learn about the automation.
Great. Great. Next. Yeah. Anjali, your voice is breaking. Anjali, your voice is breaking. You can type it in the chat box also.
I'm from Bangalore.
Okay.
Am I
Great.
audible
Anjali.
now?
Now we are better. Anjali, go ahead now.
I'm, yeah, I'm
Anjali, we
audible
lost.
now.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
I
Go ahead.
have
Go ahead.
yeah 3+ years of experience in manual testing. I have a basic knowledge of automation, so I wanted to
Great.
upgrade, so I joined this course. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Anjali. Yes, Kundan. Kundan, go ahead. Yeah, Narayana. You can. Anyone can go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm Narayana from Visakhapatnam, working as a manual testing engineer with 6 years of experience.
Great. Great to hear. Yes.
He-
Last.
Hello, hello everyone. Myself is Asteroid, and
Okay.
I have a 6 year of experience in the QA side.
Oh, great, great. Last one more person, please.
I'm Danya Patnagar. I have 2.5 years experience in manual testing. I have basic knowledge in Selenium and Java. I just want to learn more. Thank you.
Great, great. Good to know. Okay, guys. So rest of you, you can quickly drop in your introductions in the chat box. Great. We'll get started with the session. Rest of you can drop your introductions in your chat box quickly. Great, great. Let's get started. So we have a lot of QA people in the house. We have a lot of QA people in the house. The question I wanted to ask is not what is automation testing. Why automation testing is very important in 2025 or 2026? Why automation testing is gaining a lot of importance? Could anyone throw some light on it? Why automation testing is gaining a lot of importance? Yep, quickly in one sentence, one line. Can you say?
Yeah, because the automation is required because the current situation is coming is artificial intelligence, AI is coming. Okay, so
Okay,
everything is go on to the automation side.
okay. Okay, great. But I would like to help you divide one thing. Automation is different, AI is different. So both are two different things in this industry. So automation is there way before AI has
Mhm.
started implementing in automation testing. Just I'm helping you
Okay.
correct this views. Okay.
No, I was just saying about current two,
Okay.
2 to 5
Yeah.
years. Yeah,
Okay.
according to this, I'm just
Okay. Great.
yeah.
Next. Who's next?
Yeah, so actually the requirements are changing rapidly, so there is a necessity for validation of the existing functionalities a lot. So if we are having automation, we can quickly, cover the validations and focus on the new changes, because
Mhm.
as requirements they are rapidly changing. We might have a suit regression suit will be very huge, and it might require, depending on the project size and the regression suit, it'll actually require a lot of time when we are doing it manually.
Great. Great. Yes. Last one more, please.
Basically, automation we are using because of there is a taking the less time compared to the manual testing. Suppose you have 100 of regression tools, so we are
Yes.
run the daily. So this compared to run the manual is very time less. We are using the automation regression tool. The
Great.
time consuming.
Great.
This reason we are switching the manual to automation.
Great. So let me collate everyone's points that we have discussed. Saves time and effort, better ROI and testing processes. And our dear friend just told the word about AI with testing in the recent times is something that is leading to better automation features, saves time, saves effort, saves regular man hours from recurring testing management and all those things. On top of that, why automation testing is important means to automate a lot of complex scenarios, to automate a repetitive scenarios, to automate some data more of a load testing. Like concurrently, how many if I run the same concurrently, if I run 10 users via GUI mode, we want to see how the application is behaving under repeated interactions. Because performance testing, what we do, we generally test some certain APIs, but here we sort of do a mini performance testing. Like if 5 users parallelly log in simultaneously, we also want to see how much amount of load the application is taking, whether it is working properly or not, and all those things. Clear? Yeah, AK, you're right. Doing more in least amount of time with highest accuracy. Well, I will reiterate on that point. Now, imagine this is a team on the left-hand side where they prioritized only a manual testing and they did automation testing. And right side is the team which prioritized equally on manual and automation testing. So I would not like to throw light on this. I want something more, a different answers than what we have discussed from the previous round. Like what will be the situation versus a project they implemented only manual testing versus a project where they implemented automation and manual both. What are your views from a team management perspective, from an efficiency perspective? I want more on those lines. Can anyone throw some light on this? I prefer to be a very interactive session, guys. So that is why I'll always ask a lot of questions so that we'll get to know where are we, what are we. Yeah. Please go ahead. Please go ahead, guys.
Regarding reports, we can get the reports easily through automation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Great.
simultaneously, this saves our time and
Yeah.
accountability also increases.
Great.
Mm, Yeah.
Great. Who's next?
So it depends, like, cost cutting to the organization and fast growing, automated. It will actually, it will be the easier to the environment
Mm-hmm.
and sustainability of the company,
Great.
and they can reduce the count of people. Like, in manual, we require multiple people. So
Mm-hmm.
in automation, in short term, they can cover the complete environment, the application.
Okay.
So
Great.
at the end of when the projects comes to an end, more number of resources required in manual. So to reduce
Mm-hmm.
that automation required.
Great. So Pratibha, you're also part of the morning session, right?
Yes, Rahul. Due to I missed lots of classes, that's why I joined. I requested.
Great, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the current context, in the current market, for especially in the year 2025, hardly we have any timelines for testing the application. Hardly we have any timelines for testing the product, because the maximum they give us 3 to 6 months. And if you put only your full efforts on manual testing only, then you're increasing a lot of man hours. Then you have a lot of debates within your team. Then you have uh, lot of conflicts on the views of testing and all those things. Yeah, clear. Great. Now,
Yeah.
if you combine automation testing with manual testing, then what will happen here? Then we'll save a lot of time, then we'll save a lot of effort, then we'll save a lot of money also. Clear?
Yeah.
A lot of money, better accuracy, better automation testing, better test data management. A lot of things are there. So let's directly jump into advantages of automation testing. Reliability. That means the tests perform precisely the same set of operations each time they are run, thereby eliminating human error. Repeatability, enabling the capability to test how the software reacts under repeated execution of the same operations. Okay. Then comprehensiveness provides the ability to build a suite of tests that covers every feature in your application. That means what? With the help of automation testing, we can cover a major suite of test cases that covers each and every corner in the application. Repeatability means we can see, like, suppose if I have to make 10,000 payments for the same customer, how the application reacts under repeated execution. Better quality software. That means we can run more test cases in less time with reduced team size. This is one of the eye-catching points for any service delivery director or operations management or something like that. Because if you can do more amount of work in less amount of team, in less amount of team size, that leads to cost reduction. That is the reason they're promoting automation in a very huge scale. That's the reason why they're promoting in a huge scale. And speed. Automation tools run significantly faster than the manual process. Reusability. That means what? Like, suppose if you want to run the same scripts on the current release, on the last month release, on the last 6 months back release, the same scripts will run. Maximum what happens? There will be some UI changes, there will be some DB changes, there will be some certain changes and all these things. So the whole point of running the scripts is to compare the changes, compare the updates, compare all these things. That is where automation scripts are reusable. Programmability means what? Sometimes there's a very real time situation we had. So with the naked eye, the login screen animation was taking around 10 seconds. Like, we believe that login screen animation was taking a very apt amount of time. What happened was, like, when we were doing automation testing, the whatever the threshold given by the development team, the animation should be completed in 5 seconds. But later when we ran the script, we don't know what happened, but the animation was taking 15 to 20 seconds to complete. And the script used to fail saying that username field not loaded, password field not loaded. We were surprised and stunned. What is happening? Then we reported the same thing to the development team stating that, hey, this issue is coming up. What should I do? Then they found out a root cause. You know what? There was a whole problem at the network layer protocol management. There was a whole big problem at the network layer protocol management. So the team had to sit for 2 days to restructure the network protocols, port numbers, on all these things. So once they restructured, what happened? The application started working suddenly, like like a like a bomb. Like, it started working very quickly, and the performance of the application improved drastically by 50 to 60%. So small issues that we find as automation engineers, that sometimes which we miss through naked eye. If you report all these kind of issues to the development team, they will be in a position to fix all these kind of issues too. Then wider test coverage. That means what? Since we have, as automation engineers, we have automated a lot of complex automated test cases along with their executions repeatedly over a period of time. So that means what? Since automation suite is covering all the complex, recursive, recurring test cases, now what is happening here? Now the job of a manual team is to just expand their range of testing, expand their scope of testing. You need not worry about anything. You just need to expand the range of testing. Clear? And effective test management. What do you mean by this? Suppose You have prepared a robust end-to-end automation scripts on product A. Now you have to run the same robust scripts on product B. You need not prepare the framework again from scratch. Take a clone of this code. Just make the right configurations according to the product B and just run the same script. You need not do anything from scratch. You just need to make the modifications accordingly. And resource optimization. What do you mean by resource optimization? Like, for suppose we are working in a project where every night you will be receiving bills. Since you'll be receiving bills on a nightly basis, what is happening here? You every day have to be awake in the midnight time to do the executions. Clear? Every day during the midnight time, you have to be awake to do some other sort of the executions. Clear? So can you be awake? Not really. That is where we need to have a robust automation frameworks in picture. What do you mean by accuracy? Greater precision and lower errors than manual testing. Clear? And this is a very generalized graph which I've picked it from different teams of my friends, how they are working and all. So if you want a full regression of 1,000+ test cases, it will take around 1,000 man hours to finish the execution. 1,000 man hours means 160 man hours means for 20 employees if they work together continuously for over 8 hours. When I say regression testing, it's not only about testing the execution. You have to prepare the evidences, prepare the reports. If it's failing, you have to prepare the root cause analysis. What kind of test data you maintain? All this thing. Then you have to retry again and again. If the test case fails and all this thing, there are a lot of activities you need to do. But when you do only automation testing, it will take 16 man hours. It will only generate the reports. It will only manage the test data. It will only give you which reason why it is failing and all these things. And in automation testing, we don't run one by one. We run everything in parallel, like 5 test cases at a time, 7 test cases at a time, 10 test cases at a time. That is what saves time in automation testing. Similarly, for partial regression of 250 cases, it will take 40 man hours. But in automation, it takes 4 man hours. Same thing for sanity, same thing for some. Before we jump into the syllabus part, I want to give you just 5 rules to help you understand what are the main lessons of automation testing. First rule, never automate a mess. Second rule, avoid complex logic in your scripts. Third rule, 100% automation is never possible. Fourth one, beware of automation engineers who do not understand testing. Fifth one, test automation is a software development process. What do you mean by software development process? Like we are not like Harry Potter magicians or something like that. Okay, we are also not like a Harry Potter magician or something like that. We also take time to build the code. We also need to develop. We also need to build frameworks. We also need to do something from the scratch and all those things. Clear? All good so far?
Yes.
Great. So when I say avoid complex logic in your scripts means what? Write the business logic which is necessary for the project. Don't try to create a mess out of it. And beware of automation engineers who don't understand testing means if they don't understand what is more, what is regression, what is agile, what is the sprint planning and all those things, then we should be very careful with those kind of automation engineers. 100% automation is never ever possible in the globe, no matter wherever you do. Clear? Any doubts so far before we go to the next part of the topic?
Clear.
Okay. So the first step is like we are done with the quick introduction about automation testing. We have seen what is what and all those things. Now let's jump into the course plan where we will be discussing the first and foremost thing, that is understanding the important core Java concepts. So what we are doing here, we will understand the basic core Java concepts like variable declaration, string function, string builder, string buffer, conditional statements, looping statements, while, do, while, for each, constructors and method chaining, mutable and immutable classes, method declarations, switch, enums. We'll be discussing all these points. followed by arrays and collections. You will have 1D array, 2D array, 3D arrays, and all those things. And list, array list, vector, stack, linked list, set, linked hash set, map, hash map, tree map, DQ, sequence collections, queues, and more. Then we have the concept of inheritance interfaces, basics of inheritance and super keyword, method overriding, abstraction concepts, purpose of interface, different types of interfaces, top-down approach, use of super keyword in constructors, what are the different types of inheritance. We will also see a different types of interfaces also. What is it? Then comes to the most important topic that the current recruiters and panels are focusing: lambdas, streams, and Lombok expressions. Then we will see the different file operations. How do we write the data to the file, read the data from the file, copying of files from one location to another location, different file functions, writing and reading the object data, buffer library concept. Great. Then we will see the concept of exception handling, purpose of finally black, try cache block, multiple cache blocks with one try block, checked versus unchecked exceptions, docking and rethrowing an exception, custom exception class, all those things. Clear? Then we will see the concept of generics. Yeah. We will see the concept of generics. What is wildcard? What is upper bound? What is lower bound? And all those things. Then we will see the concept of records, optionals, sealed inheritance, sealed interfaces. Because these are some of the interviewers that are asking these kind of questions. So that is the reason I'm pitching in all these topics. And we will also provide you with topic-wise MCQs, some weekly assignments, and more than 250 plus programming questions for practice and all those stuff. Clear?
Okay, sir.
So any doubts with respect to the topic?
Sir, in one of the screenshots you mentioned like lambda. What does that
Yes.
mean?
Sorry, Narayana?
Yeah. Generally what I heard is lambda tool I heard. Mobile testing tool.
Lambda test is different. Lambda
Which
expressions is different.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay, sir.
Yes. If you have any doubts, you can let me know.
Rahul, I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Tell me.
Yeah. So in this session, all in this all session, you have also covered the like API also.
Well, we just discussed about core Java. I've
Okay.
not yet done with my whole session. So
Okay.
my
Okay.
question was any doubts with respect to core Java?
Okay. Okay.
Any
Okay.
topics, any doubts you have something?
So we covered advanced or only core Java? Means any?
In core Java, we have basics and advanced. We are covering both.
Okay.
Because in
Okay.
the interviews, if you know only basics of core Java, they will not even make you through to the first round. They will immediately reject you in the first round. Because in the recent times, I have given the interviews to understand how the panelists are expecting from us. So I have given the interviews and I've got a crazy understanding that whatever we are discussing in the course, if you have to deal it dot to dot with our quizzes and practice, then only you can clear, then only you will have that some confidence to clear the interviews. That is
Okay.
what I understood because there are a lot of new topics added for this current batch also. I
Okay.
mean, a lot of new topics for core Java.
Okay.
Great. So we will understand the concept of Selenium. So what are the basic concepts of Selenium? So before that, we will understand what is Maven, how do we add dependencies to the Maven project, advantages of Maven. Then we will see the concept of properties file. We will slightly understand what is Maven profiling and all. Then we'll understand the Selenium architecture. Selenium 3 versus Selenium 4. Then we'll be seeing how do we launch different browsers in different ways, because we don't have one way to launch a browser. We have multiple ways to launch a browser in the automation testing. Clear? Clear? All good? Great. Now, the next concept. We will also understand how do we switch between windows, like creating a new window, creating a new tab, launching multiple tabs in Windows, switching between windows and tabs, launching tabs via JavaScript. Then we will see the concept of different types of locators, like how to use ID, name, class name, link text, partial link text, all those things. Okay. So even if you don't know ID, name, class name, link text, partial link text, tag name, doesn't matter. But if you don't know XPath and CSS selectors, that would be a problem in the long run. So for that reason only, we are using XPath and CSS selector. Then we will also be covering some advanced locators like two above, straight above, two below, straight below, two right off, two left off, and all these things. Then we will be seeing the different browser actions like click, send keys via quad, select, use for drop downs, get text, finding multiple web elements, get DOM attribute versus get DOM property, is displays, is hidden, get CSS value, get tag name, and get area role. Get area role is used for accessibility testing, like generally for accessibility testing we use that. Then we have different weights like implicit weight, explicit weight, fluent weight, and the custom weight codes. Okay. Then we will see what are the different actions like click, double click, send keys, context click, move to element. These are the different functions that we cover as part from the actions library. Then we will see what are the different JavaScript functions that we'll be covering as part of Selenium, like highlight elements, scroll pages, scroll to view, generate alerts, refresh pages, send keys, click. We'll be seeing all these things. Then we will be seeing what are the different kinds of screenshots, like I was capturing browser screenshot, capturing element screenshot. Instead of Monte Recorder, we have something else that is called as, like, there's a new way to record the videos from the WebDriver Manager, which I'll be showing you that. Capture screenshot using A shot, now it is deprecated. So don't go for this capture screenshot using A shot, now it is deprecated, guys. Then we'll be seeing how do we switch between frames by name, by ID, by element, and all those things. Then we'll be seeing the other topics like frames, upload Chrome options, desired capabilities, killing existing browsers via command line, handling sliders, handling browser-related pop-ups, browser authentication via URL, via hash authentication library, and all these things. Great.
Now,
Yes.
we will start with the Java, and after that we will switch to the Selenium, correct?
Yeah, I'm just going through the course contents, and I'll tell
Yes,
you at the last
yes,
how,
yes,
how
yes.
the pattern of topics will be taught.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Clear? So, any doubts in Selenium course content or something like that?
No.
Great. So let's go for the next point, that is TestNG and BDD Cucumber concepts. Okay. So we will be seeing what are the different TestNG and BDD Cucumber concepts we are covering. The first step is what are the different topics to be covered, like writing test cases, annotations in TestNG, and the sequence of executions, dependency between methods, parameterization, TestNG attributes, soft and hard assertions, event firing decorators. Here, parallel testing, how do we group the test cases? Then we will be seeing the concept of data provided. How do we use via hard-coded data, via Excel, via CSV, via JSON, and all those things. Clear? Then we'll be seeing the different listeners, WebDriver, event listener, iSuit listener, iTest listener, on all those things. Great.
Okay.
Then we'll be seeing the Cucumber concept, like how do we create a new file, what is scenario and scenario outline, data tables, runner files, preparing the scenario name based on the tags, parallel testing, examples, Pico containers, Gherkin language, hook class, background, step definitions. So you'll also be seeing us write how do we write different feature files using different languages, like how do we write a feature file in French, Spanish, Japanese, Russian, and all those things. Okay. Then we'll be seeing Cucumber with JUnit. Then we'll be seeing Cucumber with TestNG. API testing I'll cover separately. Just ignore this API testing. Then we'll be seeing how do we handle different Excel operations, like how do we add pivot libraries, dependency, writing data to the file, updating data to the file, reading the data from the file, using Excel operations via data provider, cell styles for Excel formatting. Then we'll be seeing the concept of properties file. How do we add Apache Commons library, reading the property values from the properties file, writing the values to the properties file, maintaining different files for different master environments, and creating a master slave mechanism. Real-time usage of how do we use this properties file during the runtime. Then we will be seeing the concept of extend reports, like what is the extend HTML report, extend PDF report, extend Spark report, and all. Then we'll be seeing the concept of Allure report via TestNG, and via Cucumber they have stopped supporting in the recent times. Then we will be seeing some different sets of frameworks like data-driven framework, linear framework, BDD approach framework, hybrid framework. Keyword-driven is very rarely used, but I will also show some one session on how this keyword-driven framework, keyword-driven session would work like. So most likely our focus will be on data-driven BDD approach and hybrid. We'll be covering this three in detail, and rest of the three things you will understand anyways in the flow. Like I'll show you what is linear framework, what is modular framework. I will show you in the initial stages how this framework design has started, so that you'll understand what is what. Any doubts with the Selenium topics and the frame test ng ptt cucumber topics?
Okay.
So first we will be covering the core Java concepts, followed by the API testing concepts, then followed by the Selenium concepts. So what is this API testing now? API testing is nothing but we are powering the connected world. So first we will understand what is API testing. Like what is a client server architecture? Why do we need API testing? Online versus offline APIs, different types of APIs, different types of API testing techniques. What are the different types of web services, HTTP methods and its purpose, and the different status codes. Then we will see the what is Postman tool and why we use Postman tool. What is the how do we install Postman tool? Walkthrough of the Postman tool, Postman workspace, Postman collections, Postman monitors, performing API requests for different HTTP methods. How do we import collections from Swagger? What are the Postman different variables in Postman like local variable, global variable, environment variable, data variables, collection variables, and all. Then we'll be covering some advanced Postman concepts like the purpose of curl, the different JavaScript concepts, scripting test cases using the pre and PostScript tab, parsing JSON and XML data, chai.js assertions, running the collections manually and also using Postman CLI, installation of Newman library, generating different kinds of Newman reports, JSON schema validator, request chain, data-driven testing using CS with JSON. How do we integrate the Postman collections with Jenkins and Docker? Yeah. Then we'll be covering the concept of rest assured. What is the BDD versus non-BDD approach? Different HTTP methods, passing the request payload using JSON payload, external file, POJO, serialization, deceleration using POJO, multi-part request, Hamcrest validations, request and response logging and filters. Then we will be seeing the advanced rest assured concepts like spec builders, query parameters, form parameters, path parameters, parsing JSON and XML data. Yeah. Integration with Allure and external reports, data-driven testing using data-driven testing using CSV, JSON, Excel. What are the different types of authentication like basic, bearer, token, digest, OAuth? We'll be covering these kind of authentication. Great. Then we will be spending a couple of classes understanding what is Karate framework, how is Karate versus rest assured, how do we prepare the feature files, how do we use data-driven testing, path parameters, query parameters, form parameters, response validations, fuzzy matches, reading data from external files, Karate config.js. We'll be seeing all this, some fundamentals of Karate framework and how do we use it, how do we use it for API testing and all. So these are the different topics that we are covering with respect to API testing. So if you ask me whether we need to know all these things, well, definitely we need to know all these things because the expectation from the current market is being focused on all the topics. And I know some people are leaving the session because they might be overwhelmed on some of the topics, what we are discussing and what is happening here. But don't worry, every topic will be dealt from right from scratch. And in addition to this, we are also covering the Git concepts and CI/CD concepts also. Git, CI/CD using Jenkins, Docker, and also GitHub Actions. We are planning to cover GitHub Actions also this time. Yes, because the duration of the course would be for 50 to 60 classes. It will take around 2.5 months, 2.5 months to 2.5 months exactly to finish it because we have to cover all the topics which are essential for the current market. We are talking about 2026 and 2027. We're not talking about 2025 now because we are 8 months old in 2025. Yes, Arpit.
Rahul.
Yes, Aditya.
So, questions. First,
Your voice is low, Aditya.
you can able to hear me, right? Now?
Yeah, go ahead, Aditya.
Yeah. So, the topic which you have shared us like the framework related, right? So those framework we are covering in real time project, right?
Like there are some dummy websites which
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have in the
on dummy
market.
website, correct.
On the dummy websites, I can show you how do we do it because whatever frameworks we teach, and if you try to implement the same, definitely definitely will see a better improvement in your scripting also, because this was the proven training methodology this which has been working for us for the past 4 to 5 years.
And I have one more question. Like, do we covering any?
Aditya, I'm losing your voice.
Are we covering any AI implementation?
Well, you just need to wait for a couple of minutes. I will tell you what I'll cover.
Okay, okay.
Well, what is the introduction to Git? What is the difference between Git and GitHub? Flowchart of the Git, different tools that support Git apart from GitHub. How do we perform the different Git commands? And how do we perform different Git commands via IntelliJ and all those things? So we will be spending a dedicated week on understanding the Git concepts. Why? I'll tell you. Because these days when you go to the interview, they're not only asking us to explain the Git concept, they're asking you to explain how it works in a real-time scenario, how it works in reality. Because if you go for any tool, any automation tool, the whole point is all about the code management. So this is something which is very, very important, which we'll be discussing in detail, which you will never see in any YouTube video or anywhere on this. Then we will be seeing a bit of SQL concepts, like how do we install different databases and how do we perform the basic CRUD operations like create, update, delete, and read. Yeah. Then we will see the different SQL commands like DDL, DML, DCL, DQL, and all those things. Okay. Great. Then we will be covering the Jenkins, the CI/CD concept. So we will also understand what is CI, what is CD. CI stands for continuous integration and CD stands for continuous deployment. So developers frequently integrate their code into a shared repository. And how do we automate tests on each and every integration to ensure code quality and catch issues early? This promotes a collaborative and quality focused development environment. So CD is something like which automates the release process, ensures the code changes, reduce the time from code commit to code deployment. We'll be discussing all these terminologies again in detail because you need to understand what is CI and what is CD. So we'll be using Jenkins, JDK 17 or 21 is something that is required. We'll be covering Docker in this course for sure mandatorily, and we are also covering GitHub Actions also as part of the course. Then how do we build the pipelines and how do we trigger them? How do we use the Jenkins tool, download and set up plugins related to the build, configure the build via Git repo, how do we trigger the pipelines and observe the logs? So you'll be seeing all those different kinds of activities. And at the last, I'll be showing you how do you connect your Java code with the database so that you can also understand how to store your results in the DB and all those related activities. And so someone asked me what are the different AI concepts that you might cover. Well, for them, I'll just draw a diagram. I've not revealed this in my original course plan. So just for the people who are staying till the end, I just wanted to reveal this thing because I know the word AI is buzzing a lot in the market and there's something called as wrong hype and the right hype. So for that reason, what are the proposed AI topics that we can cover? One thing is using generative AI to generate the test cases. Second thing is using the APIs of AI models to generate reports in multiple speaking languages. Because this is one kind of a challenge that we face in most of the clients. Because if you're dealing with some foreigner client, they want you to the reports not to be in English. They want the reports to be in Bahasa. Or they want the reports to be in French or Spanish or Japanese, whatever it is. So with the help of the AI models, we can integrate We can generate the reports in multiple speaking languages, whichever we want to. That's the first thing. And we will also tell you how to use code ingestion and Gemini terminal to understand how do we get more details about the code repository. So this is some 6 months old, guys. This code ingestion in Gemini terminal is something 6 months old, where you can work easily to understand these things. And again, I'm telling you, whatever AI topics that has been proposed will work only if you have all the fundamentals of Selenium, Java, whatever it is. If you don't know any of these things, then you cannot do it. We are also planning to do a Selenium MCP server, which is still under the construction because I'm building a MCP server of Selenium also. Like how we have MCP server for all, we are also planning to build some Selenium MCP servers. So I'll have to take some time, but I'll definitely show you how to build Selenium MCP server. Clear? Some self-healing concept. Like how do we replicate the self-healing concept in Selenium framework? Like, so what is a self-healing? What is the concept about? What is the mechanism? How do we change it according to our way, our style, and all these things? Clear? You asked me 1 point, I've given you 5 points which you are covering, and these are some things I've not mentioned in my syllabus because this is something that should be special for the people who are part of the session. And there are more topics which I can even cover also, but I want to restrict it to this because there's a lot happening in the AI world, and if I try to overload more of AI, you will be losing the track. So I just want to put what is necessary. Clear?
Yeah, Rahul.
Now,
Thank you.
now the floor is open for doubts. Now the floor is open for doubts, guys. You can let me know for any queries, any clarifications.
So Rahul, this is primarily focusing on Selenium with Java or API testing. I see two groups are
Both,
there.
both.
Both, it will be covering both, right?
Yes, yes. We will start with core Java, Git concepts, followed by API testing. Yeah, followed by API testing, then followed by Selenium concepts. API testing and Selenium includes framework and all the things.
So GraphQL also be covered?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you didn't mention GraphQL, that's why I just asked.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I forgot to put it in the slides. That's the only mistake. I will correct my slides.
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Yeah, hi Rahul.
Yes, go
I
ahead.
have a question. Yeah, so for
Yes,
the
please.
API testing, there are two things, right? One is with Postman, another one is with Rest Assured library.
Both we are covering.
So both in depth you are covering, or is it like
Well, both in depth we are
how will
covering.
it be?
Both will start with Postman. We'll be spending of 10 days to 12, 15 days to 10 to 12 days to understand what is Postman, what is the scripting part of it, how do we really script the test cases, how do we really build a mechanism in such a way that you can run in any Jenkins or any Docker file. So that's the concept that we build it.
Okay, so it will be something like, what I'm trying to understand is, would we be able to justify that, okay, we have worked in API testing. So I have not worked in API testing. I did not get a chance to work in API testing.
Well,
So
you can justify yourself. You can justify yourself, but the thing
yeah,
with will be like you need to have some API endpoints of your organization. Like before you can justify
right,
the
right.
points, I can give you the skills, but the business part of the API is something that you need to get from your company to correlate and do it.
Yeah, yeah, right. That is right. That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Because I told you we will cover the course in 2.5 months, but generally the course will be extended to 3 months also. We just gave you a optimum gap, but it never finishes in 2.5 months. It will take 3 months to 3.5 months also. Because there
Actually,
there might be
actually,
some lead.
Rahul,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
yes, I'm trying to understand that. Means you were tell that you were spending 10 to 15 days on API testing of Postman. So if you take
Yes.
this topic to 10 to 12, just like Git, it will generally take 1 month. And for to understand the Java concept, it will nearly take 1.5 months. So how
Well, it
come?
will take 1 month. Like we have a proven track of the class records. Like in the last session, which we are taking from morning 7 to 8, we have spent 1 month on core Java and including Git. 1 month means around 22 to 20, 28 to 20, 30 classes we have spent on core Java. Then followed by we have discussed with API testing and Selenium. Let me show you the class tracker. One sec. Let me share you the
And
class
one
tracker.
last question that
Hmm.
you were means already displayed about the proposed AI topics. So in that you only show the agentic AI or you are showing the prompt type of configuration.
The prompt will
Just
be shown how to generate your test cases, but never learn a prompt of how to fix your test cases. I will tell you that from my experience, whatever issues come, first try to fix it by yourself. Because what is happening is in the world of AI, what is happening is like most of the people they are taking the help of AI and fixing the issues. But what is happening? They don't know what is the root cause of the issue, what is the actual issues that are happening. For that reason, we are not recommending you to debug the issues using AI. Once you're proficient enough in your subject, then you let me know. Then I'll help you out to fix with the help of AI also. Got it?
okay. Thank you, Rahul.
So this is one of the morning 7 to 8 batch that is happening. And till date, we have taken 64 sessions. It's started in May. And this is on track to finish in the month of August. Like by this August month, this will be finished. Okay. And also apart from this, we have something called as DSA sessions where it is just to help enhance your coding skills for all the testers, enhance your coding skills. Like how do you attempt the programming question in the interview? How do you understand algorithm? How do you understand different concepts and all these things? It will be happening on every alternate Saturday. That is night 10 to 11 p.m. IST. How to be a part of the group? You can check it. Yeah, you can check it in the you can check with the team that help you out.
And what is the timing, Rahul,
That is
for
night
classes?
10 to 11 p.m. IST.
Okay, 9
So
to
the night 10 to 11 p.m. IST, the details will be shared with the team. Like you can have a word with the team if you're interested. They'll help you out with all the process.
Yeah, hi Rahul. I have one question.
Mhm.
Yeah, when we gave the interviews related to the Selenium testing and automation, so the questions comes from the Java related to coding, the more about the coding. It doesn't ask related to Selenium. So are we going to cover those two?
Well, the interview questions are huge in number, but we will cover some scenarios which are related to the interview because covering all the scenarios in a single course will be slightly difficult because there'll be
Yeah.
a questions from varied scenarios, varied concepts. So we'll be covering the major concepts. Like whenever we discuss a Java concept, you'll be receiving a lot of MCQs. Like let me show you the class tracking sheet. If you have seen this sheet, we will provide you with a lot of quiz links, a lot of programming questions. If you see this sheet, I hope you are able to
Okay.
see the sheet. You will be seeing whatever we explain here, the diagrams and all these things you can see here, the MCQs and all these things. You will have a wide range of questions for you to answer. The only thing is you have to spend time. The
Oh,
materials will be given to you a
okay.
lot, a lot to you. But the only thing you have to spend time on practicing. Whatever the
Okay.
documentation, whatever the document that we spend, everything will be displayed here. So it's like a one-time platform. And you also have this differences sheet like Java, commonly asked Java comparison questions. So we prepare everything here, and this is like a one single shot manual for everything.
Okay, okay, I got it. Yeah, because there are many questions from Java when we give the interviews or when we take. So it is mainly about the Java, not for the Selenium. So that is why I was asking.
Yes, yes, that is what I told you. Now we have a concept called as
Yeah.
DSA sessions. You just have a word
Okay.
with the team. They will let you know it has been 6, 7 sessions old, and we are taking it very slow. So, AK, I've answered your question already just now. Just have a word with the team. They will help you be a part of the DSA group. And this Saturday we have the DSA session also to understand the more pet. How to improve our sorting techniques. Just have a word with the team. They'll help you out.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, tell me. Great. Anything else, guys? The floor is open for more doubts. You can ask. Great. So everything will be covered dot to dot. The only thing I don't compromise is on the time. Like we generally say 2.5 to 3 months, but generally it tends to get exceeded for obvious reasons. So we will not compromise on the time of the course. We will cover everything dot to dot. Okay.
Rahul,
Hmm. Hi,
so there
Dilshad.
is two batch, like 9 to 10 and 10 to 11, or
No, no, no. It's 9 to 10 only, Dilshad. If you have any doubts in the timings, you just have a word with the team. They'll help you out.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I leave?
Yeah, it's if you don't have any doubts, you can drop the call. Thank you, Pratibha. This time I hope you don't miss the sessions. Great. Great. Great then. If no one has no doubts, then we can drop the call. And tomorrow onwards, the official day one will start, where we go from right from installation of tools and all those things. Great. I'll see you soon then. Bye bye.